Venice. It's Tuesday, so it's another Never Seen LA on Sports Stories. Yep, that's right. This one's pretty cool. I think this goes back a ways with Jonas. I bet it's about 15, 20 years old. That said, he was amused by the tsunami evacuation route signs that he would see, especially one on Rose, and he would kind of think to himself, like, how do they know the tsunami's not going to hit there? So he decided to do this picture of Venice getting hit by the tsunami, I suppose. And what's cool, as you saw from the opening, is Casablanca restaurant, our sponsor, is depicted. And what's depicted right there with Casablanca right in front is a gondolier. Now, Venice was founded in 1905 by Abbot Kinney, and he was inspired by the coastal town and so forth, and so he modeled it after Venice, Italy. And Venice, Italy, of course, famous for its gondoliers and its canals. There were multiple canals throughout Venice in the early days. Now, by the late 1920s, when road cars became a thing, they started to pave in some. By the 40s, they weren't taking care of a lot of the canals. More had to be paved in. So they cut them at least in half, if not more, to what remains now. That said, as many may know, Venice High School is named the Gondoliers, and that's why those gondoliers used to inhabit these canals. I love that he's right there. You see some of the other stores that kind of bring back either old or current Venice. Like, it's interesting that the Whole Foods, and that was one of the first Whole Foods the franchises, is underwater. So I particularly was drawn to the fish and chips. My family, we'd often eat there on Fridays because you couldn't eat meat during Lent on Fridays, and so fish and chips, that was my go-to. Better than like McDonald's Filet-O-Fish burgers. I like the fish and chips. That was solid. So you see a lot of this underwater, and Jonas using his creativity once again. So this, as mentioned, right across the street, as you saw from the opening, right across the street from where Rose Avenue meets Lincoln Boulevard, it's actually it's in an alley, right? So it's at Rose Court and Lincoln, and it pretty much looks like a typical Venice alley. All right? Okay. We do what we can to show you Never Seen LA, another great Jonas Never piece, and give them to you every Tuesday. Never Seen LA.